Drive-Thru. I'm your host, Tony T, as we broadcast live here on Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Place YouTube channel throughout social media. We'll get you out of here before the top of the hour. Give you guys enough time to get those bets in for the primetime games. That's what we do here on the Drive-Thru, Monday through Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Deliver live free picks for the games beginning at 7 p.m. Eastern Time and later, sometimes sooner. And to give you those picks, our professional handicappers over at Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Place. So let's meet the cappers and we'll get right to the picks. Rod is frozen right now, hoping to get him in defrost. Let's say hello to Kirk. Kirk, what's going on?
Not much. How you doing today, Tony?
Things good. Looking forward to the Ram game today. Even though it's in Glendale, should be a good one to watch tonight. Let's say hello to Joey. Joey, it's always next year for Penn State.
Oh yeah, always next year. That's been my motto since I've been a fan of them. But no, I'm doing good. How you doing, Tony?
Doing great. Getting ready for the Monday Night Football game today. Giving a yo out to the chat. See how everyone's doing out there today. Let's say hello to Javon. Javon, what's going on?
Hey, what's going on, Tony? So super wild card weekend is finally ending. We'll get to move on to the next round, divisional round. See how this Vikings Rams game goes.
We sure shall see. Should be interesting to see the fan base. There was a lot of transplanted LA folks out in Phoenix, Tucson, Prescott, Glendale, Scottsdale. If you ever watch Dodgers and D-backs, you see a lot of Dodger caps in those stadiums. So should be interesting to see the walk-up here. Some of the LA fans, unless they converted already to Arizona fans, you just never know. They may have done that too, but because the Rams had left LA, they haven't been in LA for much longer here in their second stint. Let's say hello to Wayne. Wayne, what's going on?
What's happening, Tony T? Coming off a solid weekend, as Jovan said, solid NFL yesterday, a huge college card on Saturday. Lighter card today, but as always, here to put you guys on some winners. My Tampa Bay Buccaneers got kicked out in a tough one, a field goal win for the Commanders. I was not on Tampa Bay. Actually, play today was the Eagles. I love that play the most, but I definitely didn't expect my Tampa Bay Bucks to get out like that. So it's football, though. Any given Sunday,
and you only have so many drives, 5 to 7 drives a game. You got to make the most of them. It's a lot of high pressure there in these postseasons, not to make mistakes. Teams that make mistakes usually get off. Packers fumble the ball away. The fumbles with Tampa Bay. The issues with the Chargers. Teams just self-destruct. That's what the difference between the good teams and the great teams is. Teams that executing at high levels. So you get high levels. We're ready to go high level here. Let's get to the NFL for tonight. As we wait for Ron to see if we can re-sign in. He's got some issues there at the internet, probably frozen there up in the great north. So let's take a look at the game tonight here as scheduled. We got the Vikings and the Rams. So this one they played in Glendale, Arizona because of the wildfire situation in LA. We have the Rams dogs here. Vikings 2.5-point favorite. We see the total sits at 47.5. It'll be in a dome, so no weather to worry about. Let's get this one underway here with Javon.
Yeah, we're going to isolate this to the first quarter. And I actually think that the Vikings, are going to, get off to a nice little, not to say a nice size lead, but I think they do, have a lead at the end of the first quarter. A lot is riding on this for good old Sam Darnold. I think at least in the beginning of this game, he does, bounce back and perform well, better than what he did last week, against the banged up Lions team. So, if he doesn't, if he doesn't start off hard, then it's going to be a rough road for him in this game. But I think the Vikings, they do come off to a nice start. Then we'll see how the adjustments play out.
Yes, yeah, indeed. They're from Javon. Next up, we move right on over to Rod's still frozen. We see him get unfrozen. He's on the ice right now. So let's see what Rod frozen again. What do we got on 3 screens here? We do have him on 3 screens. That's me. We'll get this fixed here in a second. Let's go on over to Wayne.
Yeah, I might take a look at the Vikings in this spot. Laying under a field goal, anything outside of a field goal. If you can get that 2.5, I wouldn't even be mad at you to take a money line, but I trust them in this spot. They've been a better team all season. Just don't trust the Rams defensively. Yes, they've gotten it going offensively, and their defense has looked a little better lately, but down the stretch, they have not played good teams. Arizona, Jets, San Fran, Saints. in that shootout with Buffalo. I can't give them too much credit. This is a Vikings team who's done it all season, not just down the stretch. Very balanced, as I said. I just believe in this offense with Jefferson, Addison, Hawkinson. As Tony said, the turnover margin, I definitely believe Vikings will be the team to commit the less turnovers and can get the turnovers with their defense. Give me the Vikings laying the 2.5 in this one.
There from Wayne. All right, let's now back on over to Joey.
Yeah, so I'm looking at the under in this one. Seems like the whole world is on the over, but I really think the Rams are going to want this one to be a low-scoring game. They've gone to the under in 3 of their last 4 games. Minnesota went 10-7 to the under in the regular season, and the Rams are 5-3 to the under in the road or on neutral site games. I think this is a low-scoring game, so give me the under.
Under there from Joey. Next up, we know Rod's still on that frozen state. We already talked to Wayne, so now we move on over to Kirk.
Yeah, I'm going to be on the opposite of Wayne. I'm going to take the Rams on the money line in this one. I think this Rams roster is just starting to get healthy at the right time, starting to put some wins together. One against the Bills, I would have been more happy with them at home in this game, but I still think neutral venue in a dome. I think this kind of benefits them as the Vikings are better in colder weather, so I'm going to go with the Rams on the money line here. I think this is a good spot for them, as when they make the playoffs, they're usually a lot of teams people don't want to see, so give me the Rams on the money line here.
Rams on the money line there from Kirk. I'll tell you what I think about this one. Yeah, I'll take the points here with the Rams in this spot. Rams 3-1 of the spread against winning teams this season. So they played well in these games. Rams was pretty much a bye week last week. They rested their starters, and they knew they were. They said it early, so the starters went into last week's prep knowing they would be not playing in this game. So it was almost like a bye week. The Vikings were life and death in their game. Of course, they didn't do very well offensive-wise, losing there to Detroit. The Detroit defense, and has been torched the week before by the 49ers. The playoff-eliminated 49ers torched them. And Minnesota, in that big spotlight game for Darnold, well, it didn't shine too bright for them, scoring just 9 points in that loss to Detroit. Look for the Rams here coming in healthy in this game, in this spot, plus the 2.5. All right, let's continue here on the drive-through. As we get ready here to switch on over to the NBA for tonight, a 6-game card. The LA teams are back in action tonight, so we have 2 LA teams going head-to-head here in the LA market. Good thing the playoff game, well, I don't say good thing. If had the playoff game been in LA, it would have been a lot of traffic congestion in LA with the playoff game and then the 2 NBA games. Of course, the Clippers play right next door to the Rams. So that would have been a driving nightmare getting over there. But anyway, let's get to the games here. NBA tonight. So these will be the slate of games that we cover here to start the slate. T-Wolves and Wizards here. Timberwolves laying 14.5 on the road, mind you. If they were home, I wonder what that line would be. Close to 20, right? So 14.5 total, 223. Pistons and Knicks. The Knicks 7.5 up from 7 this morning, total 223. Warriors and Raptors. Warriors back up to 5.5, total 227. Let's take a peek here at this injury report to see what's going on here with the players' status today. For Minnesota, just Shannon and Dillingham are out, just backup guys. On the Washington side, Bagley, Bay, Brogdon, Vukcevic out. Detroit and the Knicks, well, Ivy has that broken leg. He's going to be out for a while. McCullough, Robinson, Sims out here for the Knicks. Brunson, he game with that shoulder, came back. Then they sat him down because they were blowing out Milwaukee. It's been diagnosed as soreness. So it doesn't seem to be any structural damage, any damage or just soreness. So that is a little positive news there for Jalen. Probably that's why we haven't seen much line movement there. Line actually going up there a little bit on the Knicks there. The Warriors and Raptors, we can tell you that Kuminga, Payton, Pozeski is out. You can now add Draymond Green to the out list. Draymond Green out tonight. And for Toronto, Quickly's out. Quickly's been the one scoring where all these guys have been out. But now you've got pretty much the starters, many of the starters back in. But Quickly out. Green, a late scratch here for Golden State. Golden State missing a lot of players here in this one. So we got you through the injured list here for the first block. So let's get this one underway here with Javon.
Yeah, there's really no way that I'm going back the Timberwolves on the road, laying this many points. I don't care who they're playing, be the Washington Wizards, be the Washington Generals. I really don't care. Especially coming off with the Wizards, getting pounded last night in their game. And this really applies to like better teams, but I usually like to play teams who got blown out, and have that quick layover, that quick turnaround for the next night, to get their lick back. This is a bad team, so you can't really apply it to them. But nevertheless, I'm gonna back them not to get beat up by over 14 and a half, 15 and a half, whatever it is. So I could only be on the Wizards in this spot. And I would lean the under, but with the Wizards, if they're getting blown out, then anything goes. That can go over. I'm on the Pistons. I just think that it's a situation where the Knicks, they hooped it up last night or yesterday against the Bucks. Pounded them. I think it's a little letdown spot. It's a letdown situation. With on the second night with back-to-back. And the Pistons, they've been covering as of late. So, and they've been winning. So this is a team that's, they're. I'm not saying they're rising to the top or anything, but they're becoming a middle of the road team as opposed to a cellar dweller. So they can only be the Pistons for me, and it's gonna have to be the Raptors. This Golden State Warriors outfit, they're just not looking right. The decline is really complete as far as I'm concerned. People like to say that the Warriors have a chance, or they had a chance, since they won their last championship. That was the last hurrah for them, but it just looks like they've fallen off of the cliff. Actually, since the first stretch of games that they played this season, because they looked like they was going to be in position for a nice little playoff run, but then everything went downhill, and I don't think they could get back. So they can only be the Raptors for me, and the Raptors haven't looked so hard neither. They've lost and haven't covered a bunch of games. So, but they're at home. And I would have to just take the points.
There we go from Javon. Next up, we move on right over to Joey.
Yeah, so I'm looking at two games in this spot. I agree with Giovanni on the Pistons plus 8.5. Plus 7.5. Pistons have won 6 of 7, including covering as a 6-point dog against the Timberwolves. They won outright in that one. Knicks are playing on a back-to-back, and again, I think it's a letdown spot for them. They've lost 4 out of 6 coming into this one. Pistons are playing really well right now, so I like the points with Detroit. Then the other one, play with the T-Wolves against the Wizards. Wizards are absolutely hard. They lost 6 straight and are averaging just 101 points per game in their last 3. I think this is a great rebound spot for Minnesota, who lost by 2 points in their last game.
There from Joey. All right, next up we move on over to Wayne.
Yeah, I'm in agreement with Jovan as far as the Washington game. It's take Washington in the points or stay away. I can't trust Minnesota on the road weighing a big amount of points. They just don't score enough to me, and they already haven't been well ATS against the East, just 4-7. On the flip side of that, I know Washington's played a back-to-back. They're coming off a blowout loss, but they've been 10-3 ATS against the West. Strong against the West. They can score. Not a great defensive team, but I can't trust Minnesota scoring to be laying 15 points. I agree with both of these guys with taking Detroit, catching New York on this back-to-back off a blow-off win. Detroit has not only been good lately, but they've been good in a row. 7-3 in their last 10 and 4-1 in their last 4 in a row. They can shoot the 3 well, rebound well, have the more depth, and they're 7th in defense in their last 3. So I'm going to take Detroit. And Golden State Raptors, I've been riding this Golden State team. They went under their last 3. I've actually been on all 3 of those. I'm going reverse. I'm going over in this game. It's more so not trusting the Raptors defense. I know Tony T pointed out how many people are missing for Golden State. That doesn't matter. This is a deep team. Both of these teams are high-paced. 7-3 to the over in their last 10. I'm going to ride the over with Raptors and Golden State.
There from Wayne. All right, next up we move on over to Kirk.
Yeah, in this time slot, a little bit of a difficult time slot. I'm also going to roll with the Pistons in this one. They already did beat New York in New York, so they know what to do here. Knicks are on the back end of a back-to-back, and I'm not comfortable laying almost double digits with them. I think this is also a letdown spot for them, as Jovan said. And other 2 games are no bet for me. Timberwolves could win by 20, or Wizards could keep it within 7 or 8. And Warriors, Raptors, Not a game I'm rushing to the window to bet either.
There from Kirk. Tell you what I think about these games here. I'm going to go ahead and look to take the points with Washington. Minnesota 2-6 of the spread on the road against losing teams, so they play down to the opponent. These T-Wolves here, past 5 games, just 45% shooting. Again, this was an absolute embarrassment, losing at home by 41 points. That was an embarrassing loss. I look for some sort of response here from this Wizards team. I'm going to be on the island here with the Knicks laying the points. Knicks here. They really needed that win against Milwaukee because they had a little bit of a down spell. I don't see them going backwards. I see them as a momentum builder instead of as a game where they're going to regress because they're coming off some bad performances. This was a game they had to have against Milwaukee, and this is going to. I look for them to build the momentum off that win yesterday. Here, Detroit over their past 5 games has not defended the 3-point ball very well, and New York has been a really good offensive team here at home, third in offensive efficiency, averaging 120 points per 100 possessions. I'll look at their spot them there with the New York. I like the Raptors. I'm taking them plus the points. Toronto as dogs of 3.5 to 9.5 at home have covered 9 of 12, and the Warriors 1-3 the spread is the road favorite here of 6 or fewer points. Raptors have been shooting the ball pretty well. It's a defense that's been struggling, but Golden State here just not getting enough offense on the road here. I will take here Toronto at the plus price. Let's continue here on the drive-thru as we're ready to close out the NBA with the following games here on the card. The next 3 will be Grizzlies and Rockets. We got the Grizzlies dogs here. Rockets now up to 3, total 232.5. Heat and the Clippers 7.5. We see the total coming in at 215, and we'll close it out here with the Lakers at home against the Spurs. The Lakers 3.5, total 221. Let's take a peek here at the injury report for the slate here of games here. Memphis and the Rockets. GG, Smart, Spencer, and Williams are out. John Morant hits the injury report late here, questionable. Let's see what the story is. Illness for John Morant, late addition. That's not always good when you're late there. It usually mean you're not going to play, but we'll see how it rolls. It is an illness. They don't say what it is. If it's contagious, probably won't play. And usually, like it's a Jokic injury, it's usually 2 or 3 games, depending on what the schedule looks like. So that's the story there on Morant. Huff is probable. On the Houston side, Smith out, Easton doubtful there. Heat and Clippers, no Butler, no Richard. Bam Adebayo was a late addition to the injury report. He is dealing with a lower back contusion. Very late addition here. He will warm up with the team with the intent to play. That's Bam Adebayo. He thinks he can play hurt. That's just how he is. So they'll evaluate him during the warm-ups. That is Bam's status there tonight. Also in this game, we've got Tucker. We know Tucker's out. He's been out since last year. He's in the doghouse with the Clippers. These two, Clippers and Tucker, don't like each other. On the Spurs Lakers, we got Minix out. So Khan questionable here for the Spurs. On the Lakers side, it's the usual guys: Hood-Shafino, Vanderbilt, Wood out. Both LeBron and Anthony Davis probable. So there you are, caught up with the injuries in this slate of games. So let's get this one underway here with Javon.
Yeah, and I'm on the Clippers. I was on them when it was at 6. I'm on them at 7.5. Just a situation where, the Clippers at home, they've invested basically money. Looking at them, the last couple of games they've lost, so I think that they are in position to bounce back against the Miami Heat team, who has had a successful road trip. And in those situations, I think they won their first 3 on the road trip. This is game number 4. I think they take a loss tonight, and I think they take it by double digits. Just playing smart. No Bam Adebayo would be helpful, in that card. So I'll lay the points in that situation. And I'm on the Grizzlies to bounce back and get a quick revenge from that loss they took against the Rockets last week. Just a play on a team where if you watch that game flow, they got down early, got down big, and they came back, battled back. And the one thing I don't really take too much stock in is them not having John Morant, because they know how to play without him. So, with that said, I think with this line being above a possession, I think I want them points in my back pocket.
Yeah, you can find the half point right now. Splits in books between 3 and 3.5. So if you like the dog, get the half point there, no doubt. And I think we got Roz defrosted. No. First, next up, we go on over to Joey.
Yeah, so in this thought, I'm just looking at the Clippers laying the points here. They returned home after 2-game road sim, but they lost both of those games. My opinion, I don't know. The Heat have won 3 straight, but I really see them struggling here on the road. There's a nice system here that I found. It's underdogs off a road win by 10 points or more against an opponent off a road loss by 10 points or more. Are 9-33 against the spread dating back to 2021. So with that, lay it with the Clippers.
Lay it there with the Clippers. And, we got Roz defrosted and ready to roll. What do you got in this slot, Rod?
And for me in this slot here, first one I'm looking at here is the Heat taking on the Clippers here in this one at 2:15. I think it's just too many points. I think we're going to see some defense, slow pace type of game here in this one. First to 100 type game there. I like the under 215.5 in that matchup. As you said, all those guys out in Memphis and Houston, that did open at 236.5 in most places, down to 232.5. I still like the under there in that one, lower scoring one. I think we get it in the 220s, but not up into the 230s. Going to be under 232 in that one. And I'll just quickly go over a couple that I like. The other one, I like the Warriors here coming into Toronto. Just don't trust Toronto here in the spot. Warriors pretty good against the Eastern Conference. They've won 11 straight as a favorite versus the Eastern Conference. So I'm going to continue to ride that trend. And then Minnesota, you look at their numbers off of a home loss this season. 0-7 ATS following a home loss. But it's the Wizards. And it's just like, it's the Wizards. I can't do it. I think this is one of those spots that trend comes to an end. The 0-7 ATS trend following a home loss comes to an end. Play it with the Timberwolves. I think they win by 20 in that matchup there.
There from Rod. Rod, let's move back a little bit here on the football game night. Vikings and Rams. Vikings, you see here, 2.5 point favorites. Total sits 47.5.
Yeah, and you look at this one. You know what? I still have the visions of the Rams in my head playing the Dolphins. It's just it's one of them ugly games that I can't get out of my head. I'm like, everybody thinks the Rams are going to bounce back. They're going to be good. Well, they were healthy in that game. They had their guys back. They were playing pretty good football. They come into that one, they laid an egg. It was pretty awful. And what has been the team that's been winning these close, tight games over the last 2 years? I remember a season ago when people were giving the Vikings a hard time because they, 11 straight covers of 3 points or less? Well, guess what? They're the king of the covers of the 2.5 to 3 points of teams. So I can't ride the Rams here. Give me the Minnesota Vikings to get the win there in that game tonight.
There from Rod. All right, we got there with Rod. So next up, we continue the NBA coverage on over to Wayne.
Yeah, I'm in agreement once again with these fellas with the Clippers. More of a spot play. Heat just coming off 2 wins, while the Clippers coming off 2 losses, a blowout loss. Bounce back spot against a familiar foe that they done dominated over their last 10, winning 7-3 straight up, 8-2 against the spread. As Jovan pointed out, Clippers have been money at home, 12-6 overall, but 8-2 ATS is what we on ATS. So we got the rest of the team playing the team that they've beaten up over in the last 10. I'm gonna just continue to ride the Clippers, the healthier team and the team playing better in this spot.
There from Wayne. Next up, we move on over to Kirk.
Yeah, in this, I'm actually going to go with the Clippers, or the Heat here and go against everyone, basically. The Heat have been really good, and I think it's a Jimmy Butler issue. They've kind of, without him, they've kind of got that mojo back. The Heat are starting to win games mid-season, starting to show that they're a dangerous team, and these teams are exactly the same team. They're slower-paced teams. They're both 20-17. I think this game comes down to the wire. Heat might even steal it. So give me the points with the Heat in my back pocket. This one.
There from Kirk. Tell you what I think about these games. I'm not going to have a play there on this this Grizzlies Rockets game. I think this one's very close to the line here. I like the Lakers here laying the points. Spurs 3-5 on the road, facing good shooting teams that hit 46% or greater. LA at home shooting the ball very well, 50%, 39% from 3. The Spurs have not been a really good offense team away from home, averaging 109 points per 100 possessions. Their form over the past 5 games is very poor shooting the basketball. I got to look at the Heat plus the points here. The Clippers, not the type of team you want to lay more than 2 possessions. More of a defensive-minded team. I know Kawhi's back as well, but LA form has not been good coming off that road trip. Also, you got to factor in the long layoff here for this Clipper team. But I just have to look here at this Heat defensive form has been outstanding. They're over their past 5 games, allowing 42% shooting, 32% from 3. I'll look at Miami plus the points. All right, let's continue here on the drive-through as we'll turn our attention to this college basketball card. And since we only have one game at night at 9 Eastern, we'll just cover the whole card here for you right off the bat, as we do have games starting momentarily. So let's get to college hoops here. Give us what you got, college basketball. We start with Javon.
Yeah, it's kind of slim pickings. But geez, this bucket is at 4.5. They're testing my yeah, hey,
Oh, jeez.
I know it's crazy at the back right now, man, but I gotta take the points in this situation. They did stay in the Midwest, and that has proven to be a positive sign for teams from the West staying in wherever region they play in, whether it's Midwest or in the East, and they've performed well in that situation. But in this spot, I'm not going to say Rutgers is going to get the win, but 4.5, I think that's just too much, and I think the market has got a little bit out of hand in that one. So I'll take the points. I'm on Mississippi Valley State. They've covered their last 2. They're a bad team. I know they've only won 2 games this season. They've been blown out a bunch, but in league play in the SWAC, I think they got a chance to cover this one more than the fair chance. I might want to put something on the money line, try to go big money line hunting in this one. If I see in the first 5 minutes that they're actually performing well, so take them live, just try to get a jump on things if they are being competitive. I'm on South Carolina State. When these teams get together, one team doesn't really get the other team by that much, by this amount, but Middle East is sure they're a bad team. Not saying that South Carolina State isn't either, but I think that this could be a 20-point blowout. And I'm on Grambling. Grambling usually handles FAMU year in, year out, and I think they get the job done in this one as well. So those are my notes.
They're from Jovan. Next up, we move on over to Joey.
Yeah, so there's this one college basketball spot I like tonight, and it's Lamar laying it against New Orleans. They're a strong cover team at home. They're 8-4 against the spread as a home favorite dating back to 2023. New Orleans is 15-21 as a road dog in the same time frame, and 3-7 against the spread against teams winning up to 60% of games. I think Lamar gets this one out of hand, so lay it with Lamar.
Lay with Lamar. Next up, over to Rod.
Yeah, a couple I like here in this slate. Definitely not a massive slate. I'm looking at where? Give me Southern over Bethune-Cookman. I think they're just the better team and at home here in this one. Just playing the better basketball. Bethune-Cookman, I just don't trust their offense enough to be able to keep up. It's opened at 4.5 up to 6.5. I think you could take this all the way as high as almost 8.5, 9.5. I think Southern hoops up on Bethune-Cookman by double digits, 10 plus there in that one. Another one I like here, Wolford's been playing pretty good basketball. So I think that number's looking like they're almost trying to bait you into Wolford in that matchup. I like Furman. Give me Furman. It opened at 5.5 up to 7.5. I think there's another double-digit blowout. Give me Furman over Wofford in that matchup. And then you look at what Boston College has been doing, and they haven't been playing great hoops over their last couple of contests here in this one, and you're going to give me 11.5 with them. They bounce back in these spots when they don't cover following a couple games. I think they come and poop with Notre Dame. Give me the 11.5 there in that one. 9-0 in this spot is Boston College. I'll take the Eagles in that one, plus the points.
Yeah, from Ron, I'm watching this UCLA Rutgers. I think the Carpenters Union should be out there trying to recruit some of these bricklayers. Man, these guys just can't shoot the basketball whatsoever. Looking at this one, on over to Wayne.
Yeah, we're going to take a trip to the SWAC as well. That FAMU Grambling game, I like the under 134.5. This FAMU team, you just can't shoot. Very poor shooting team. Struggle to score overall, but they definitely struggle on the score on the road. Averaging 60 points or less in the last 6 road games. As far as the other side, Grambling's not a good scoring team either. 318th in offensive production as far as points per game. Both of these, well, Grambling does play us. The strength of their team is defense. So I do think they come out there on their defense. FAMU defense is horrible, 355, but they play some tough teams. BYU, Utah, Clemson, Florida. I do think in conference they do tighten up defensively. I like the under in that game. Just don't trust either one of these offenses. And Campbell, Elon. I like Elon. I'll go ahead and lay the 7.5 with the home team. Elon 10-3 ATS, 6-0 at home. They're working with revenge here. Both teams are coming off a loss. No, Campbell's coming off a win, and Elon's coming off a loss. So I like the bounce back spot for Elon. Elon's a better team defensively, better rebounding team, and better offensive team. Campbell coming off a win has just been terrible. So I just love the spot for Elon. I do think at home they can cover this 7.5.
There from Wayne. All right, we move on over to Kurt.
Yeah, there's just one spot I like in this one, and it's also, I think Brad was on it. It's Furman at home. They're coming off a pretty long road trip and playing really well, 14-2. And I don't like the spot for, why do I keep forgetting who they're playing?
Wofford,
yeah. I don't like the spot for Wofford in this one at all. Give me Furman. I see it at -6.5 on some books. A little bit juice, but I think they win by double digits in this one. So give me Furman as my play of the day in college ball.
There from Kirk. I'll tell you what I think here. Some of these games, I like BC here, Boston College plus the points. Notre Dame, just a really bad defensive team, allowing 51% shooting in conference. How can you be laying double digits here? 17th in effective field goal defense against the ACC. Give up 60% from the 2-point line. Not very good. Also a team that turns the ball over. American and Loyola Maryland, I think it's too many points on the total. I like an under here. Away from home, Eagles shooting just 41%. Greyhounds, whole team's at 43% shooting at home. Looking at that one there, American also struggles with 2-point shooting in the Patriot League. Going to butt heads with Wayne here. I'm going to take Campbell here plus the points. They've covered 7 of 10 away from home. Take a look at the past 5 games. Elon hitting just 40%. All right, let's continue here on the drive-through as we get ready to look at the NHL card. 3 games tonight on the board. So let's get to them here as we get the board up. We'll get our graphics set to go here for NHL. Today we got 3 games, but tomorrow they give us 14. We can see that, 14 tomorrow. All right, so let's get it underway here. NHL there we go. NHL headed ready to roll here with the NHL, and we'll get the board up set to go with the NHL. Here we go. Games we'll be covering here. All 3 games in this block. Panthers, Flyers. We've got the Panthers $1.79. Total sits at 6. Flames and Blackhawks. We got the Flames $1.59. Total of 6. And the Kings and Oilers. No, it's not a playoff game. They meet almost every year in the playoffs here. Oilers here $1.97. Total of 5.5. And we get this one, we'll get this here underway with Joey.
Yeah, I like the Panthers on the puck line here going into Philadelphia. They've been zigzagging wins and losses their last 6 games, and last time out they had a loss in overtime, so I expect them to come out big tonight. They won on the road. The last time they had a road trip, it was 4-1 against the Utah Hockey Club. The Flyers have lost 5 of 6 entering this one. I think this is a big beat down at the Panthers.
There from Joey. Next up, we move on over to Ron.
Yeah, and there's a couple here I like. I like the under in that matchup. The Flyers and Florida. Both these teams over their last 5 have been struggling to light the lamp to a whole 2 of anything. I think this is the 3-1, 4-1 for the Panthers, and this one just don't trust the Flyers offense over their last few. So I would lean the puck line there, but I like the unders to play. First of 3 wins that matchup. And then I'm going to go with another under right here in the Oilers taking on the Kings here in this matchup. What have the Kings done all season long? Play some solid defensive hockey, holding teams to under 3 goals a game. I think that continues here. They don't like each other. It's going to be one of those hard hitting. It's Harbison, his return, going to play his old team. Definitely going to be hard hitting and getting a physical hockey game in this one. And a 5.5. That's why it's set at 5.5. Same thing. First to 3 wins this one. Give me the under 5.5 there in that matchup.
There from Rod. All right, next up, we move on over to Wayne.
Nothing for me in this. Tony.
Nothing today from hockey from Wayne. You got anything on the ice, Kirk? Bruins not in action. All right, let's continue here on the drive-through as we get ready here. Our Parlay Purple segment where the Cappers give out Parlay, or they can give out a team plot, prayer prop. They name it. They call the segment here maybe game in the future. So let's get this underway here with Javon. Ready to roll.
You look towards the prop in the Monday Night Football game, the wild card game. I think we're gonna go with Puka Nacua. I think he's gonna go off just like he did in the first game. So I think you should ladder his receptions and his receiving yards. I think that's how it's gonna go down. I don't think they have anyone to stop penalties. We all know who Matt Stafford loves on that team, and I think that they're going to connect often. I think this is going to be a little bit of a shootout anyway. So if you want to go on the other side of Justin Jefferson, match them two up, for a parlay, however you want to do it as far as receptions, receiving yards, I think it's going to happen. I think it's going to be one of those type of games.
From Javon, next up we move on over to Joey.
Yeah, I got a 2-goal scorer parlay for the NHL tonight. It's Connor McDavid and Carter Verhaeghe both to score.
From Joey, next up we move on over to Rod.
And for me, we're going to go little hoops, 3-teamer. We're going to go with Furman, lay the points. Southern U, lay the points. And I'm going to take the under between Memphis and Houston. I believe it's 232.5. Little 3-teamer for you there in hoops action.
Hoops action there from Rod. Next up we move on over to Wayne.
Yeah, I'm riding with Cade Cunningham to get a double-double. We know how these up-and-coming stars like to show out when they play in the Garden, and Cade's been lights out, getting his team involved and scoring at will. So he kind of picks his numbers with assists and points. Give me Cade Cunningham double-double.
From Wayne. All right, next up we move on over to Kirk.
Yeah, give me the Rams and the Heat both on the money line.
Rams and Heat money line from Kirk. I'm going to give you a first half here. First half total. Lakers and Spurs under 108 in the first half. 107.5 to your line shopping there. Spurs and Lakers. The Spurs on the road this season 15-2 to the under in the first half. So I'm going to continue to write that one there with the Spurs and the Spurs 15-2 the under in the first half on the road. There you go. When they've been a road dog, 11-1 to the under as a road dog. So you got some solid trend there in this one. 107.5, 108 to your line shopping if you would. All right, we got you through the parlay segment of our show. So now it's time to see what the Cappers have for sale over at Pick Dogs Premium. Heading into a week here of action. A lot of hoops action here and hockey as well. NFL playoffs coming back here on the weekend. Let's take a look at what Kirk has for sale over at Pick Dogs Premium. Of course, Kirk's also involved in the soccer as well. Kirk, what you got for sale over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Yeah, tonight I just got one play in the NBA, my favorite play of the day. And then we ramp things back up for big week. A lot of soccer this weekend, midweek, since a lot of leagues are back. They're trying to fit in games. And been pretty hot in soccer to start the year. I think 4-1, so I'll have NBA, I'll have college ball, so a lot to go look forward to this week.
I am board with Kirk over at Pick Dogs Premium. Let's see what Wayne has for sale over at the site, Pick Dogs Premium. Wayne's been red hot here in NFL for the year. Also, the last for 2025, approaching 1,300 units of profit documented.
Yes, sir. Been extremely high, and this has been in all the sports. Both basketball, NBA, college basketball, and as Tony mentioned, NFL. No NFL for me tonight. Gave you my best look for free on here on the show, but I am on basketball. 3 NBA plays, 2 college basketball. Smack all 3 of my play of the days yesterday. As far as one in the NFL, one in NBA, and one in college basketball. Only 2 play of the days a day, college basketball and NBA, and a 3-pack in the NBA. You can head over to the site and get it. You pair me up with one of these top handicappers, and we'll continue to slap this money in your pocket.
All right, get on board with Wayne over at Pick.com. Great, all these numbers documented. Verify those numbers over on Wayne's handicapper page. Let's see what Javon has for sale over at Pick.com. Javon been smashing right now in college hoops.
Yeah, I got a 3-pack in college basketball. Like these plays. Hey, it looks like Minnesota showed up so far in this game. They're up 16-14, so.
Oh, wow, yeah, nice.
Hey, nice for anyone who backed Minnesota with their 2-12.
Golden Gophers that yep. Yep.
Yeah, but I got a 3-pack it actually went off with this game. But I got the Monday Night Football Super Wild Card game between the Rams and the Vikings. I got the side in total, so check out that. Check out something long term to get both those plays in. A smorgasbord full of plays throughout, whether it's 3-day, 7-day, 30-day, or yearly, or mess with one of the other handicaps for the multi-capper promotion. You can't go wrong here. Sports Channel plays a pick on this.
So I get it there with Javon. Great results. They got over with long-term pass. We can now confirm that Eason is out for Houston. Eason Smith out there from doubtful to out. Eason. Let's see what Rod has for sale over at Pick Dog Stream right now. Rod has been as well here on a tear for 25 last 3 days, nearly 2,100 units of profit.
And for me tonight, I got my top play of the day, my NHL sniper play. We're on a nice 22-14 run there. Congratulations to the ones that have been joining me there. I find them plus money spots. Found another plus money last night with the Wings on the puck line. Got another plus money winner there tonight. So jump aboard that. Singly, I also got my NBA play of the day there as well. My 2 top plays, but it's Monday, so it's Money Monday. Join me. I got 2 college basketball plays, the NBA play, and then 2 on the ice. That NHL snipers included. That's the way to go to kickstart the week. Let's put some money into your pocket. But better yet, as you see over the last 30 days, we've been hot. So get more something long term. Take advantage of that 2-for-1 capper bonus as well. I'm not the only hot kick bucks. Use that promo code PICK at checkout. Save 15%. Use the 2 capper promotion. So 3 cappers, 4 cappers. Just look if you take the top 5 over the last 30 days. And you bet them all, a dime better, well, you're up over $100,000 betting those bets. So jump aboard. Everybody's hot at Pick Dogs. Put money in your pocket. Jump aboard.
That's right, get over at Pick Dogs. Long-term pass is definitely your best value there. Let's see what Joey has for sale over at Pick Dogs. Good start in college hoops.
Yeah, I have 4 plays up tonight, 2 college basketball, 1 NHL, and 1 NFL. I'm on a 43-27 run for college hoops, and I have my Southland Conference game of the week up. You used a code PICK for 15% off.
Right, get on board with Joey over at Pick Dog Stream. I have a play up there tonight here from the NFL. It is a best bet NFL. Get on board with me, having a good year in the NFL this year, so get on board. Consider maybe the long-term pass. Remember that 7-day pass, get you all of my plays, NBA college hoops, NFL for Monday, NFL Saturday and Sunday. So get on board with me over at Pick Dog Stream. Remember that promo code PICK at checkout. We'll save you that 15% off. Multi-capper promotion. Match me up with your favorite capper for even greater value there. All right, let's continue here on the drive-through as we're with you here Monday through Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Make sure you like, subscribe, and set those notifications. Be live with us so when these plays come to you right as we give them out to you right in live, right? Also, a great on-demand channel here at Pick Dogs. Lots of content up there. Let's see what Kirk, what you got up cooking over on the Pick Dogs YouTube channel. I know you cover soccer, and at some points we see some NBA content from you.
Yeah, currently a lot of soccer up there. Been actually killing the slate. Goran, Jack, and I, we've been giving out about 50 plays per week, so we're going to continue doing that for the rest of the season. All leagues are back, so there'll be a lot of games over on the channel. So check out the soccer videos.
Get the soccer video as well, because Joey, each and every week we get closer and closer to NASCAR.
Yes, we do. Only 33 more days till Daytona 500, and I cannot wait. But outside of that, just you can catch me on the drive-thru on Mondays and Wednesdays.
Absolutely. And, of course, Javon will catch you here also on the weekend shows here on Pick Dogs. And, of course, you also have that Parlay video series.
Yeah, absolutely. I got that one up on the board tonight, so check that out if you haven't already. It's a college one, so you might want to jump on that right now and look at it, see if you want to put that parlay together. And yeah, of course, I'm here Mondays and Fridays, and then on the weekend shows on Saturday and Sunday.
Here we go from Javon. Of course, Wayne, I know Wayne keeps an eye on boxing. The boxing news today, Tyson Fury retires. Only means that you got to give him more money to come out of retirement. Is that kind of what usually happens?
No, most definitely. They'll change their mind when that bag gets dropped. But yeah, man, getting a little older. Tyson Fury, we know what happens with age. You just don't want to take them big punches no more. And boxing's a mindset thing, man. So you can't be in there hesitant. It's lights out. So if you feel like it's time to retire, retire. I don't care what nobody says. Tony was mentioning earlier, just being outside the ring of those heavyweight fights. Those punches are real. I know there's a lot of fake kind of boxing going on. I don't even want to call it fake boxing, but when you get in there with heavyweights, it's a whole different ball game.
I've been ringside, first row, watching heavyweight fights, and let me tell you, very, very uneasy to watch. It's the way the punching power they have. Oh my goodness, it is pretty strong there. Of course, Rod, you're pretty much a regular here on the drive-thru.
Pretty much regular here on the drive-thru Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday. You'll find me here on the drive-thru. Find you guys some winners, so definitely continue to tune into the drive-thru, and we'll find you those winners.
Find the winners here indeed. All right, that's going to do for this edition of the drive-thru. We're back again tomorrow. Coverage we hear from the NBA, college hoops, and hockey. So make sure you tune in tomorrow here on the show. We're live with you. Like and subscribe. All right, that's going to do it for the show. We're going to let you go. Before we go, anybody have anything to say before we go?
Have a good one. Kickstart the week of winter. So it's a new week, new goals. Let's get some money.
Let's do it.
Bookies right, and then you know what?
There you go. Let's get these bookies, guys.
Money in your pocket. Let's go.
Absolutely going to wake up.